Hello YouTube, how you guys doing today? Hopefully it's going well for you. We are in the first week of March, and as you figured, I'm trying to stay busy. Working on a couple of camp knives here. I have this one here that I'm hand sanding, and I just did the blade profile on this the other day. So I got both of these to hand sand before I do heat treat. But yep, sitting in here just getting my hand sanding done, and was thinking I probably should do a video, even though really not up to it, but I owe you guys a video. And the reason why I owe you a video is because it's for the 20,000 subscriber giveaway that I talked about last year. And I think that was in November, December 2024. And here we are, the first week of March. And I have to tell you who won. I have to go through that process. I'm trying to talk to you and think and look at my knife all at the same time here. So I probably shouldn't do this multitasking stuff. Got a couple little spots I got to get, but I'm going to hold off on that for a second, dry my hands off. And we'll get back over to the other side of the shop, and we'll talk about the 20,000 subscriber winner, as well as a new respirator I got, Forged Air. I want to talk about that one too. I've had it for a couple of weeks now, been using it to do some grinding, and I thought I'd share my first impressions with it, build quality and stuff like that. So let me get wiped up and we'll head over to that side of the shop. Okay, gang, so how you doing? How you doing? Hopefully this video is going to turn out okay, because I'm actually trying a couple of new cameras here. I got some new cameras because I want to do multiple angles, and as you guys know, I'm trying to get with some companies to do some kind of traveling podcast interview forums. And so I got a couple of new cameras to play with, and so far I like the setup, I like the versatility of them. And I can always give more information later on once I learn more about them. But so far, pretty happy with them. I'll let you guys know about that. But the reason I wanted to talk to you first off is to introduce Forged Air. Now, Forged Air is a company from Canada, and I learned about them actually through like social media, Instagram and stuff like that. And I really kind of like the idea of what they were going with. And the reason why I was looking at new respirator is because as I teach classes, it's always been very hard to communicate in the class. Normally, like when I first started making knives, you'd use one of these little white paper things like this, and they work okay. I mean, they're not that bad, but they have their limitations. A little bit of dust and stuff like that. Couldn't use these safely with most of the woods, like micarta and my G10s and Kokobo and stuff like that. These definitely don't work out well for that. Then I ultimately ended up I got one of these things right here. As you know, these are like your go-to kind of sprayer and painter kind of masks. There's actually some paint and spray residue on there because I did use this when I sprayed the shop several years ago. They give you a lot of different variety of cartridges to click on, which is also nice. And they work out really good. The downfall with me is it didn't always fit well with my eyeglasses because the bridge of the nose here that goes over the respirator sat really high, and I couldn't wear eyeglasses comfortably with these. So I ultimately gave up on that. Then I ended up getting one of these here. What's nice about this is it's not only got a smaller, narrower nose on the bridge of it, but also a lot lighter than one of these things. A lot smaller, a lot lighter, as you can see. Definitely a big difference between the two. Cartridge-wise, this has pretty much these cartridges, these like disposable ones, which work great for what I'm doing in knife making. The bridge worked out pretty good for my eyeglasses. Not the best, but it did work out okay because at the time I was only using readers. But these little cartridges, not too expensive, not too bad of a unit. It didn't work that bad. Now, Actually, I'd have to say prior to both of those, I ended up getting one of these. I got a full face mask. The reason why I wanted one of these as a full face mask is at the time I was not wearing eyeglasses when I started making knives. And this gave me PPE both on eyes and breathing. So that was really good. But when I went to eyeglasses, I couldn't wear these anymore. And that's when I ended up with this one. And then I ended up with this one. Now, prior to Forged Air's unit, I ended up getting one of these. Now, when I found out about these, I was giddy as ever because these units right here are super lightweight, very compact. The bridge of the nose was really good to work with my eyeglasses, so that worked really well too. Now, they come apart pretty easily. It comes apart in several pieces. There's this, and it has your little diaphragms in here, and I'll get to those in a second. And that's your mask. So you're like this. This is basically the face of it that holds the cartridges in place, as well as goes over the back of your head and around your neck. And these are the cartridges right here. They're removable, they're disposable, so not that bad of a situation. So now fast forward to Forged Air. The reason why I ended up looking at Forged Air, and I bought a couple of these, and I will say, I'll open this to what it is. I did buy these. I did reach out to them and they did send me a discount code, so I bought some of those. I bought two with a discount code, and I bought two different kinds. But I'll get to the reason why I wanted it. That was because as they advertise, it's being able to talk while wearing a respirator. Now I'm wearing this, and without much editing to audio or anything, you could just tell now how I'm talking. And I'll put this on. I would say this is a medium, large. This is a small, medium. This company makes a couple of different sizes, and I don't know the name of it. But as I'm talking, as I go through this, as I'm starting to talk, you might be able to hear me okay with my lavalier mic, but it's still somewhat muzzled. Now, I'm not doing anything to muzzle my voice other than wearing this, and that's what it boils down to. Well, when you're teaching a knife class, it's always hard to communicate with somebody. A grinder's going, we're both wearing respirators. We might even have ear pro or something like that, on earmuffs or something like that. But it's really hard to communicate with a mask such as that. Whereas when the Forged Air came in and I started looking at their mask, what I did notice is what they were talking about is you still being able to talk and have a full conversation with somebody while wearing their mask. Now, of course, I've got a lavalier mic on, so you hear a little bit of the muzzling, but I'm a lot clearer and a lot easier for me to talk to you this way than it is to wear something like this, where I'm more muzzled and my mouth doesn't move up as much because I don't have as much room with anything. So I thought I'd give these a shot. Now, I did get them. I got this one, and this one actually came with a face shield. The face shield, I should say face shield, it's basically protection for your eyes. And it clicks right on the top there, and it's not too much of a problem with what you have. What it boils down to is it just snaps on and off, and it comes off real easy and everything. And I thought it would be a really nice idea because they do market it as people that wear eyeglasses. So if I'm wearing my eyeglasses and I put this on, it doesn't really interfere much with my eyeglasses. It doesn't touch too much of anything. And I could wear it with the eyeglasses and be fine. Now, the two negatives with this is, first off, this was designed more for somebody that's going to be wearing a hard hat. When you wear a baseball cap like I do, I'm in the grinding room and I'm grinding, the baseball cap isn't just to wear. It keeps a lot of the grit and everything, because as the grinder starts to roll, when you turn the grinder on and you're grinding, the belt's coming towards me, going down onto the knife, into the bucket, and it's scooping back up again this way. With the heavier grits and with woods and such, the heavier grit belts, they drag a lot of material down. And when you're doing wood and stuff, it drags it down and throws it into the bucket or into the vacuum hopper, but it does still have a tendency of having debris clinging to it, and it cycles back up and it comes up to me. I've had many times where I was out in the shop working and the grinding room, and I'm grinding without a hat, and two things happen. One, I get a bunch of debris in my hair. And two, you'll get stuff that falls and hits over your glasses because you're looking down like this. So I've always decided I always have to wear a hat, and that protects me both my hairstyle as well as, as well as keeping stuff from getting behind my glasses. I thought that would work pretty good with this, but I can't wear this visor, this eye shield with a hat because the brim of my hat, it sits down and it hits this, and so that doesn't work out very good. The other thing I noticed with it too, and it might not be as much with people that are doing normal tasks with whatever reason why you have to wear a respirator, having something like this might not be too much of a deterrent. But with me and trying to get into my grinder and watching my grind line, and I'm a lot more, detail oriented, I gotta get really close. The shield has a little bit of a glare to it. And it's not because of the eyeglass, it's because of this curve and with the light and everything. It actually has this weird kind of like reflection that you can see through, but you still have it. So I decided to take this off and just go with just the mask itself. So whereas I don't like the eye shield the way it is, I think it's still a pretty neat idea. It comes on and off easily. I do think that maybe it should be, I don't know, I would think that maybe it should attach a little bit easier, because just with the finger, you can see how it comes off really loose. So I would think that maybe a different attachment system or something tighter, like this here would be a little bit, more flexible, where it would be smaller, something like that. Hopefully you know what I mean. But anyhow, so I digress. The face shield works pretty good. I'm happy with it. Or the eye shield, it works nice. It would be good for people that might come in a shop that don't have eyeglasses or may not have such beautiful hair like me that is worried about getting stuff in their hair. So anyhow, otherwise the mask is really comfortable. And as you guys can tell, I can still talk pretty good and you can still hear me fairly well. And there's a lot of room in the cushion here that I can do stuff and speak with. So that's really nice. The other thing is it's the changing of the shield. Now I'll show you in this, for instance, what this looks like. I'll just open this one up for you. Now you get I bought an extra 3-pack. They're a little black filter, comes in a little bag like this. It's called an FA95, which I assume is probably, off the N95 style or design idea or something. But when you take this off or you go put them on, it's really simple. They make this ring that's right here, and it just unclips just like that. So there's a little tab here on this side and a tab on that side. And that's how the mask comes on and off. So it's open, as you can see right through it. This basically is just a backing for the forged air filter itself. And then it comes on just like this. So that'll go on like this. It goes around the tab like that, and then making sure you have it in the right spot. You can see there's a little bit of a top and bottom. By the way, it's kind of shaped. It has a little bit of a curve to it, but it just snaps onto that tab, and holds up good. Well, you got to make sure that that's tucked in there, but I wasn't paying attention. But otherwise, yeah, I like it. As you can see, you got to make sure you get everything seated properly. There you go. So now there's no room or anything. Now, pros and cons to it. The pro is I like how easy it is to swap this out. I'm really pleased with that. I do like the large surface. I worked on the knives. I was grinding the knives and I didn't get anything out of the ordinary, any odors or anything. But one of the things I wish they did is I wish they made these tabs a little bit bigger. They could have made these a 1/16 taller, stuck out a little further, so it would really grab this better. That would be my critique on that. And as you saw, as I put this on, this happened to me before when I was doing it, making sure the top of this is tucked in. That's happened twice because the mask, and it pops off real easy, this mask is like perfectly sized for the face of that. And if it was just a hair bigger, it'd be easier to kind of go with. And it's a positive lock if you heard that. But again, I wish those tabs were guys, if you just made those just a 1/16 bigger right there, that would have been a lot better. Definitely would feel good. But has it come off? No, but I'm not really, I don't get really laborious with this. I'm just standing in the grinding room grinding. So that's what it is. It's not a big deal. So they do come in a couple of different colors. They come in white and they come in black. I just got the black because I didn't want the dust to be seen, you know, with all the cocobolo and all the other woods and stuff. It would start getting dusty and dirty and everything. I can't say how long the filter would actually take because like most filters, no matter it's this kind of filter, some of these cartridges like this, they can't really tell you how long it would last because they don't know, number one, what you're going to be exposing that filter to. If you're doing a really fine light media, this filter would last you a lot longer than if you're doing something heavy like paints and oils and stuff like that. Same thing with these, and even something like this, you know, this, you just use it a little bit, you're going to throw it away and that's it. But cocobolo and other dust, if it seems like it's getting pretty clogged up, or you do feel like there's a little bit of restriction in your breathing, then of course replace it. But I don't know how long it would take me to have to replace one of these. So my use is going to be different than maybe one of you. But with that said, I do like it. The band across the top of the head here, it's really nice. I have no problems with that. What's really nice about this one, it has a clip on the back like this so that you can clip this around your neck, which is also good. That's what I liked about these. I like that one because that had the same thing. Some of the others where you're trying to stretch around your head and such, I don't know. You know, again, if you got long, beautiful hair like me, it's always getting snagged and stuff in the back, and you don't want to do that. But when you buy your forged box, you're going to pick whichever one you want, black or white. It's going to come brand new, just like this. And what ends up happening is it comes out just like that. And again, this one is the one without the screen, the eye screen. And then you have extra filters here. Now, I believe it comes with the original one, and then you have to buy extra filters, which is what I did. And then that's the mask like that. Simple straps that tighten it around your neck, as well as across your head here. Everything else is pretty simple for those that are familiar with PPE products like these. Would I recommend this for the basic homeowner? Yeah, I think I would. I'd have to put a price on the screen here. I don't remember what they're going for right now after making this video because I bought these about a month ago. I just haven't done the video with everything else going on and me fighting with the squirrel in my head. But I'll put the price here. There'll be a link down below. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. Like I said, I just reached out to them because I was interested in these things because I thought maybe if I had some of these, I can communicate better in my knife class, and I think this will work. I'll do probably a little bit more long-term testing and let you guys know how they work as I start getting into grinding micarta and cocobolo and all the other woods like desert ironwoods and stuff like that. They're very aromatic. They smell. They have a lot of dangerous particles to breathe. Cocobolo has silica in it, so you definitely don't want to breathe that. And desert ironwood smells really bad, especially when it gets a little on a dull side of the belt. That burning smell, it's horrible. Micarta is also very bad to breathe as well. So I wanted to get something really good that would be useful for grinding and doing all that stuff too. So I will test it before I get my students underneath one of these masks, and I'll let you guys know how it works. But so far, I am pleased with it. I was gonna give the announcement of who won, and I forgot who won. I put it on my phone, and I got the list. I created the list of everybody that had commented on the video, and I forgot to mark who the winner was on my phone. I had to go back in the house to get that sorted. So I went on random.org, just a neat little site there. I went on random.org. I put in like the 27 people that had commented, but I used whatever their YouTube their name was there, their designator. Put that on there, random.org, and got KPate15X. So KPate15X, I will be reaching out to you if I haven't already at the recording of this to find out who you are and where this prize is going. So again, I think everybody appreciate it.
I had a nice big list here for everybody that was on, but yep, so that is it. So, you know, if you guys are looking at it, again, hey, if you go over to Forged Air and you want to buy one of their products, they're made in Canada. I think they're trying to do something here in the US, but I'm not sure where or who they might be selling through. But these did come from Canada. They were shipped out of Ontario. Kitchener, Ontario is where they're at. And again, the link down below or here on the screen, as well as what prices they might be going for. Just give them a shout out if you buy something, let them know that you heard about me in the video, and we'll go from there. So again, appreciate everybody. K-Pate15X, thank you for supporting me and everything going on, as well as everybody else. So I'll let you guys go, and I'm gonna get back to some hand sanding right after lunch. Have a good one, guys. Bye.